Hi, I'm Cree, and welcome to This Day in Cosplay History. It's April 10th, and today we'll celebrate the birthday of a very influential cosplayer, Yaya Han. She's a model, a performer, a costume designer, and one hell of a businesswoman. She's been cosplaying for around 17 years, and damn, does she have something to show for it. She has over 2 million likes on Facebook, and hella showings on other social media. She's got a costume accessories store where she sells fabric, patterns, ears, wigs, warbler, t-shirts, and of course prints of herself in her various costumes. She's also an author, contributing to the book 1000 Incredible Costume and Cosplay Ideas. And she's got an exclusive deal with Joann's Fabric and Crafts, where she sells patterns and fabrics exclusively made for costuming. If she's a guest at a convention, she'll likely throw in with helping to judge the costume competition. And she's been on TV shows like Heroes of Cosplay and King of the Nerds. I'm excited because she's coming to El Paso Comic-Con April 21st through 23rd. And I might actually get to meet her, buy a print or something. So, if you thought that was fluffy, I'm going to switch to a quick interview I did with a friend of mine, and we're going to nerd out even harder. So hey, it's my pleasure to introduce Jessica Sarabia of Jessia Cosplay.
Hi everybody.
You've been cosplaying for
6 years?
Yeah?
6 years, almost 7. I started right around when Heroes of Cosplay kind of ended and the cosplay scene kind of became more mainstream because of the show. So I was riding the high of being one of those novice cosplayers who just wanted to do it because it seemed really fun. And not gonna lie, I actually thought it was easy, and then I realized no. And the reason why is because of a cat suit. Right, yeah. But yeah, been doing it for 6 years. I've won some awards. And have been featured in, I would say, about 15 magazines and interviews for my work. Right? Smoking! But in reality, it's just been really fun just to even get recognized for the work. To have people who are just supportive of everything, that's always a bonus. So yeah, I'm doing it for quite some time.
I was doing this bit, a quick little bit about Yaya Han. And I remembered, hey, you had the chance to meet her. How long ago was that?
About 6 years ago. When I first started cosplaying, my very first cosplay was my black cat costume. If you ever go to my site, you'll see it. She was eating her lunch at her table. And usually she kind of hides away, but it was one of those situations where I guess someone probably besides her couldn't watch the table. So she's eating her lunch. She looks at me, flags me over, like, she goes ahead and says, come here, basically. Looks at my costume, asks me questions. And I was like on cloud 9. Because I was like, oh, well, this part's hand-broidered, and da-da-da-da, and I made these ribbon roses. And she was like, that's really nice. And so as soon as you get recognition from someone that you admire, you know, it's like forever and a day. Like, I will forever covet this one moment as she was eating her salad, you know?
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, it's always worth it.
She's also often a judge at different costume competitions, and you have some insight on what to expect from her judging.
Yeah. A lot of the stuff that I do know has been because of the show and her going to be judged, basically. Like, when she would compete. She encouraged them to look at her seams, to look at everything. And when she judges, it's the same thing. Like, she steps and she looks at you and she looks at your character and she looks at every single little thing of your costume. Because the way she sees it is if you truly love the character, you're going to put as much effort and as best quality effort as you can to your skill level to portray that character. And so it translates to that beautiful costume equaling out to being a beautiful character. That's really what she's been like. Like I said, I didn't get to judge or be judged by her, but I do know people who have, and that's been the feedback they've given me.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right when she started her partnership with Joanne's Fabrics,
Right.
there was this this weird urban legend / rumor that spread like wildfire.
Mm-hmm.
I remember on Facebook at one point I saw like 3 posts in 1 hour over this.
Oh, yeah.
That people were using her fabrics, wearing them, and getting burns. And I was really disappointed that it caught on so well, because it seemed a lot like people had maybe some, like they wanted it to be true.
Right.
And they had some latent jealousy and wanted, just letting this be the outlet of their expression of it.
Right.
What do you think? Did somebody's neighbor's nephew's girlfriend actually get a rash?
No. The main reason why I say that this is an urban legend is, if anything drastic like that happened, we have to use a little bit of logic here. Wouldn't Joanne's Fabric, if you will, pull the fabric and pull the item off of the market? When that started, there was no pulling of anything off of her line. And I mean, I find it a little awkward that you receive burns or rashes from fabric unless, like, you actually have a legitimate allergic reaction to them. And even then, hydrocortisone, go to the doctors, get it checked out. The second thing here is, when we've gotten more feedback about it, like, wouldn't there be a class action lawsuit?
Oh, no
or
kidding.
wouldn't there be some type of feedback that other cosplay shows or other basically outlets where we get our media and information about cosplay, wouldn't this be touched up more on or something? So I really do believe that it was completely false, and it was just someone wanting to basically tear down another person who has been working her butt off for success. And unfortunately, as a society, we do have that tendency to bring somebody up so we can knock them down.
Okay. I wanted to ask, have you ever found Yaya Han being an inspiration to you in particular as a cosplayer?
Oh, God. Let's just... Sorry. Primarily, yes. Like I said, there's other cosplayers that inspired me. Cara Nicole was one of them. Ivy Doom Kitty, Holly Conrad, Jessica Maison, Carl Martin. There's a lot of cosplayers that really inspire me all the time, like constantly. But when it comes to, I keep having this itch. When it comes to Yaya Han specifically, yes. And the reason why is because I don't sit there and go, what will Yaya do? It's more like, I would really want to make the best costume humanly possible. And so if I was sitting there and I was trying to do the best costume to ever be judged, even by her, which would be an honor, how do I approach it? And so in that aspect, she's been like right up there. Right up there. Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Jess.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure.
It's always fun.
Check back in with us soon. There's always something to celebrate on this day in cosplay history.